What's up everybody? Justin at S&K Greenhouse, and today I'm showing you how you go from this to this. Now, to be fully transparent, I'm one that try to take care of my tools, but sometimes I make the mistake of leaving them out. And as you can see in just a couple days, what happened to my brand new shears. And well, as for my spade, I lost it. Found it a few weeks later, and you can kind of see what happened. First, I'm going to show you how to make a vinegar-based solution to soak those tools that are severely rusted. And then for those tools that are just lightly rusted and you don't want to necessarily submerge them, I'm going to show you how to make a paste to apply to them, and that rust is going to come right off. So here's everything you're going to need. Some salt, some white vinegar. This is 5%, but it goes up to 30%. Either one will work. Some baking soda, some 3-in-1 all-purpose oil, and a steel wool pad or wire brush. You're also going to need some sort of container to put it all in. So for our vinegar-based solution, we're just going to go ahead and fill up this container. Good old vinegar smell. Now I'm going to really submerge these tools. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill this thing up. And then you're going to put about a 1:16 ratio salt. That's really just amounts to about a half a cup. So I'm going to guess at it here. Again, this is not super important, but you do want to put some salt in there. And I'm going to use this good old rusty tool to stir it all up a little bit. And now the fun part, we're going to fully submerge our most rusted tools. Up first is a rusty pair of needle nose pliers. I'm going to go ahead and drop that in there. And then we have a file that's been left out in the rain and weather for a long time, and it'll be really impressive to see how this cleans up. And then finally, this spade. It is pretty gnarly. I'm really excited to get this thing cleaned up. And it's not going to fully fit, but most of the metal part will. So I'm just going to stick it in there, and wow, rust is already starting to come off. You're going to want to soak your tools for a minimum of 6 hours all the way to 24 hours, depending on how rusty the tools are. This particular batch, I'm going to soak for 24 hours. We'll come back when they're ready, and we'll see you soon. And we're back. It's been 24 hours and I'm so excited to see the results. I can already tell you, I haven't even begun to scrub the shovel yet, and the rust is just falling off. Look at that. We're going to grab our steel wool pad and we're going to begin to scrub and see what happens. It should just be a light scrub, but if you need to put some elbow grease in it, feel free to. And you can already see it's coming off. I feel like I'm doing an infomercial right now.
Watch how OxyClean unleashes the power of oxygen, making tough stains disappear like magic.
I'll take my towel here and show you. Look how much is coming off already. That's so incredible. All right, we've got the rust off of the shovel. And by the way, this was a deeply eroded shovel, had been left out in the weather for probably months. But you can see we have shiny metal again. Now our file needs to be scrubbed with a wire brush. I can't really use the wool pad because it's going to tear up my pad. So we're going to put that aside. And then we do have the pair of pliers still soaking in there, and we'll give that a scrub and see what happens. It's important to go ahead and rinse off all that vinegar once you're done scrubbing. We got our tools here, getting that off. And then you're going to want to towel them off and get every drop off so that rust doesn't return. And then in a moment, I'm going to show you what to do with the oil for further rust prevention. So let's say you don't want to fully submerge your tools because, well, maybe you just have some that need a tune-up. You can see these Felco 2 pruners have some light rust on them. Again, I left them out for a couple days on accident. And you can see my harvest and snips need a little bit of love and care also. These kind of tools should last you a lifetime, so we want to take care of them. So we're going to make a paste. We're going to smear it on the tools, let it sit for 30 minutes, and then you're going to be shocked at the results. I just have a couple tools to do, so we're going to make a small batch of this paste. We're going to put the baking soda in, and then we're going to add some white vinegar again. You can use water if you don't have vinegar. Either one works pretty well. Mix that in, and you can see I have a little bit of a chemical reaction there. It kind of surprised me. So I'm going to be stirring this up. Again, what we're aiming for is a thick paste. I'm not wearing gloves, but maybe you should at home. If you have any cuts on your fingers, it's not going to feel good. So you can see my Felco 2s are just not working properly. They're starting to stick and hang up, and that's no good. So we're going to take this paste and we're going to just smear it on. You can use this liberally. Don't worry about putting too much. And we're going to let that sit for 30 minutes. Now let's do the harvesting snips. And we're back. Now that our paste has had time to sit, I'm going to get my scrub brush, or you could use a toothbrush. This won't scratch the metal. And I'm going to begin to scrub away this paste. And hopefully, oh, look at that. You can just see the rust come right off. Check it out. My Felcos are becoming like new. Let's do the other side. That is amazing. Make sure you get in those nooks and crannies. Now we're going to do the harvesting snips. These were not that bad to start with, so I wouldn't be surprised if these look almost new. Oh, look at that. That is amazing. We're just going to give these a nice little rinse, and when we're done, it's very important that you dry them off completely, or else you risk the rust coming back. Now let's apply our 3-in-1 multi-purpose oil, pretty much to anything that's metal. This will not only prevent rust, but it'll get things back in working order again, although it's working pretty good already. So you're just gonna put some drops of that on all the metal working parts. And then you can work it in with your hand if you want to, or you can use a rag. Either way. And again, I want to emphasize that you need to make sure that the tool is completely dried off before you put the oil on. Already. Listen to that. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Well, folks, that's all for this video. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments section, and I will be putting links down for all the items that were used in case you need to find them. And until next time, become a plant person.